On my hand, it shows that the streaming has started. So I'm just going to confirm that the streaming has actually started, and I can hear you. So that's that the streaming has actually started, and I can hear you. So that's can you say something? I don't know if it's streaming has actually started, and I can hear you. So I don't know. I think it's looping on my hand, so I might have to use another like. But I think it's live, so I'll just tell one of my team guys to confirm, and then I'll just repost it on my story on WhatsApp. I think it's looping on my hand. Okay, so I think we're good. WhatsApp straight to my status. We are live. Thank you for accepting to do this with me. Praise. Not like I gave you too much choice, but well, yeah, I don't like giving my friends choices because I know you guys you'd like to look for a way out of it. So I try not to give too much choice to people. If I have to rope you into it, I'll rope you into it. Yeah. And I sincerely think I feel like I take advantage, and I'm not shy to say it. Like I feel like I'm someone that I'll take advantage of my friendship with someone that, hey, I know you should do this for me. I'm your friend, but it's going to be a good thing. Don't worry, it's going to be for a good cause. So it's not like I'll be making you do anything that is, I guess, bad for me. So uh, so yeah, for me on my hand, I think I do like to do that. So we'll just get right into it, and thank you once again for accepting to do this. And for those that don't know you, let me let me introduce. Well, for people that are joining us live, you probably would know me, and if you don't, my name is Christian Abosede, also known as Arakurindare. I like to go by Dr. Arakurindare, and my passion is in education. I just love that people should get educated. I think it's been my goal for a long time, even as a child. Like just growing up, I always felt like something was missing in my environment. Just growing up, and I grew up in a somewhat rural area, if you would say. Uh, and I think that gave me like a perspective of like, okay, a lot of things can change. A lot of people need to be given, should be shown opportunities or where they can find it themselves. And that's how, sincerely, even Afterlife Initiative actually started. Is that I sat down leaving university and I was like, I need to make something out of my life. And I don't want to do it alone. I also want to do it with my friends. And we're like, you know what, we'll just form a group and we'll share as much opportunities we have together with each other, or talk to each other there, learn from each other. And it just became a thing. We grew it, became big. And I can confidently say most of us that pioneered that group, I think we're all PhD students now. It's like, yeah, I think most of us are up here is straight now. At least most of us that partner that group in Nigeria, even outside Nigeria, and most people have just moved across the world over time. So for me, that's something I'm really really proud of. Like, okay, that pressure of just, and that's how the whole name Afterlife actually came to be. I know a lot of people have asked me that question many times, like why Afterlife? Because Afterlife sounds like something you would give something that, oh, you die and then you come back to life. Like what's happening to you after you die? But it's the fact that every stage of your human life is a different life. So you were in primary school, you had a life. You moved to secondary school, that life was completely different. So there's always a life after a life. And if we put it in more godly context, even after this life you're living now, there's still a life. So there's always a life after like every segment of your life. So and that's how that initiative came to be there. Okay, I was like, afterlife, like it's there's always a life you're living right now, but there's always something after it. And that's why I don't want, yes, our focus is education, but we don't just do education. We hope that the expansion would be beyond education, in that we want to address every part of life as you progress. So we've had a 1.0 where we actually spoke about funding, opportunities, scholarships. But like I said, we're not just about that. We really want to talk about education on broader scale, address every part of it. So that's why you are here today, Chris, to come and teach us. Teach me, teach my friends. Let's talk about it. Rural education. And the reason why I think you're the perfect person for this is, I mean, over the years, I've known you for a long time and I've seen how you've evolved into many things. Uh, and especially recently, how you've really picked up on education uh, across both genders. I know you work with a school, you teach, you love kids, uh, and funny enough, like since you started working with that school, I think it's called Talent Academy. I've really followed them. I've started to do some research on like the owner of the school. I really like her. She seems like a very cool person. And I also see the growth that the school have had in like a short period of time of just starting. So it's something I'm actually really passionate about. Hopefully, maybe before this program end, we'll try and look for a link and put it somewhere, or maybe on the chat or something. Like, guys, sincerely, if you're watching this video now or you're watching it later, you should check out Talent Academy. They're doing amazing work. I think it's in Songwater, right? Yeah, amazing work. Really, really nice. And I think that's why I was like, okay, you look like the perfect person that should talk about this, because you work with you work in a system that's already taking an action. Because I feel like we do a lot of talking without action. I'm so tired of talking. I'm so tired of policies that without movement and without really implementing them. So that's why I'm going to bring you here. But just for official, we have to be official. I have to read your bio. We have to do biography. It's sure you get, so that I will not be penalized by my organizing committee that we did all of this, you did not do it. So just give me a sec to open your bio, and then we share to the world. Let me blow your horn now, What? Don't be scared. Alright. Why are you shy? Why shy you shy? Sure. Okay. Bring the call back here. Show my screen anyway. Great. Okay. So who is Praise? Praise. Should I read it? Praise is a driving force in Nigeria rural education landscape, a strategist, a storyteller, and a mobilizer who turn funding gaps into life-changing opportunities for children on the margins. As partnership and funding lead at Talent Mine, yeah, that's the name, Talent Mine Academy, Nigeria leading free school. Praise spearhead the institution resource mobilization, external relationship, while also leading his communication and development team. Our work sits on the intersection of education financing, community development, and stakeholder engagement with a singular focus getting out of school children in Ota, Ogun State into classrooms where they belong. Praise approach to rural education financing is both system driven and deeply human. She understands that sustainable changes require more than goodwill. It demands structured partnership, compelling narratives, and accountability to the community being served. This is the model she has built and the model she champions. Beyond her institutional work, Praise also serves as the youth ambassador for the award and camp 2030 two globally and Camp 2020, 2030, two globally respected organizations at the forefront of education equity movement. Through this platform, she amplifies the voices of the understaffed communities and connect local realities to global conversation on inclusive and quality education. Please, a round of applause in the chat section if you're live on YouTube. All right, a round of applause. Nice to have you. Now I'm passing the mic to you. Now it's your turn. Fire us in. Yeah, yeah. I, yeah. Really important point. I think I mean, like we said, I think we're going to try and organize the thoughts so that we do, because there's so many things to address on this issue. One thing that I think you started with that I would like us to maybe stay on is one, what do you think is the, like, how do we go, like, rural education? Is rural education only peculiar to like rural areas? Is that how we judge it, or do we judge it based on the quality of education? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. 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 So talking about that, the so yes, I was doing some research, like just about the old conversation, and one thing I wanted to look at was what's the illiteracy rate in Africa, and surprisingly, there are countries in Africa where you have close to 80% illiteracy rate, and I was like, no way, and I'm serious, like it. That was shocking to me that you have countries where almost 80% of the population of the country are like literates, like illiterates. They don't have literacy education. Like it's that was a bit shocking to me, sincerely. Uh, and then obviously we bring it home. Like I wanted to look at, okay, what does Nigerian statistics look like? I think we're on the good side. We're not that bad. I think Nigeria illiteracy rate was around maybe I think 20% or 10, was within that range. Was like, yeah. So but that's still a lot of people when you look at the population of Nigeria. Like that's still so many people that you if you look at them, you're like, okay, this we have almost 60 million people or 40 million people that illiterate. The other thing I think was an eye opener for me was also the fact that I found out that the literacy was not just a child thing. Like we have both adult illiteracy and like child illiteracy. So we have actually. So and I started to, oh wait, this thing is actually bigger than I was thinking about it, because most times when I think of illiteracy, I always think too much like, oh, children, like child. But then I was like, wait, there are actually adults that are not literate. Like, and you just look at it, that grew up without any access to education completely. So for me, that was just an eye opener. I was like, okay, do you think the strategy to address that would be the same? Like, just looking at the disparity of maybe an adult to a child, like, or what's your perspective on that? I mean, just take it on. Yeah, fun. Fun is. Yeah, You like book now? Online, yeah. It was horrible. Yeah. Yeah. They would have called you an alien. Like, I feel like I feel like indigenous people would have issue with you and that one. Yeah. I mean, you brought up so many important points that I don't think we address enough. That even educators need a level of, we need to assess their literacy because it's by default. I think people just think, oh, if they're the teacher, then they are educated, or like they have the level of knowledge to impact, which is true to an extent. But then, do you actually have the right knowledge to impact? Because that's a different perspective also. That, do you actually have the right knowledge that you're impacting, or you're just so stuck in your own, like, is your knowledge evolving? Or I feel like I'm going to definitely do another webinar that address like the whole Nigerian university system, about how not evolving we are in terms of our approach to education as just a university system recently. Now, I know we want to blame the government, but as a political person, I try not to blame the government too much. Don't give me side eye. I try not to blame the government too much. Now, not because I'm picking their side, but for example, recently, and I do follow the education landscape in Ogun State, at least I would say. I think it might be different across states in Nigeria. But I know Ogun State recently tried to unify curriculum across all schools in Ogun State within the primary education. And I'm sure you're probably aware of that to an extent. So, do you think that's a strategy to make sure the standard of quality education is normalized, or do you think there will still be disparity? Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. True. Yeah. 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 Think pad. Think pad. True. 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 Okay. Now I don't have any defense for the government. I tried. I tried, but I don't have any defense for that. Uh, I just think the government as a stakeholder definitely. I think the government play a lot of role in implementing new policies and also making sure those policies have resources to make sure they're executed. Because it has to be like, and then the resources should go to the people that really need it. For example, I feel like because of photo ops, most times when the resources actually come, they go to like this region, the governor's local government, the the wife of the governor's primary school, and it becomes like a cause for a photo op rather than a cause for the people that actually need it. That there are people that actually need those things that might not, in quotes, suit the requirement for photo ops, and then they don't get it because of that. So I do think that you raised a big point in resources for implementation has to match you just implementing, especially because, at least based on my own knowledge, there's also a level of enforcement they are really doing in making sure everybody adopts the digital literacy thing and all the new things they're trying to do. But then you're forcing people that don't have the resources to adopt it to forcefully adopt it. How do you expect them to do it? So it becomes a little bit difficult to manage this kind of, I guess, expectation. Now, coming back to, because the government is just one part of this whole problem, I think. Coming back to we as citizens, because I think that's what this whole, why we're here. Like, what can we do differently? And I guess I'll talk from my own angle is that one thing, being in the US, one thing I've learned so much here that I'm like, we are so bad with, in, I would say maybe Africa generally, is giving back. We get something, we turn our back and we never look back. Yeah, you go to anywhere, and I'm sure you're probably aware, like anywhere you go to in the US, trust me, there's a name of someone that did something there. It's so it's so funny that people build things for their dog. Yeah. Like you can walk past, like, for example, you can be in a park and you'd see this really nice maybe chair, and they'll be like, in memory of our lovely dog, Casey. Yeah. Like, or you see someone like maybe someone died and they'll build like a massive stuff for the community, not for personal use, in the memory of that person. Or you see someone just be like, you know what, I think I have so much money now that I just need to give back to my community. And then you see the person create an endowment for the school that funds graduate students for X number of years. But in Nigeria, we hardly have that. Like, there's no university or education system in Nigeria cannot say, oh, they produce someone that's really massive or someone that actually made it. But then those people never look back to say, oh, wait, that primary school I went to, they have to wait for one reunion to do it. Like, you have to gather like 10, 20 people to come together to come and do something. Like, and I think that's the part where I think we can change. At least the way I've looked at it over the years of being here, that ideology just have to change about us. You can't be a selfish person. We might say these people are different from us, but I feel like they are very unselfish in the way they look at their resources, and I think that's how God wants us to be. The money you have is not for yourself. So, but that's my own perspective on what we can do differently. So I know you will agree with me or disagree, but what's your own perspective on what we can do differently? Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow. So praise. Let's address something quickly. So I'm getting feedback from the comment that your audio is very low. So I don't know how to address it though because I like the audio we are getting for the live stream is actually very low. I don't know why because I can hear you clearly, but it seems what goes online is actually super low. All right, so just yeah, so I've just been getting some feedback on that. I mean, on my yeah, I can definitely say that the feedback I get from it is low. I don't know why, but okay. Why don't I remove this one? Can you say something now? Let's just check it and be. That's definitely better, but but I'm sure they should hear that. That's your pitch. I know. Yeah, I obviously I know you are not. You are soft spoken. You're not like me. So you're not like me. You're definitely not like me. Guys, let me know if you can. Yeah, let me just know. I mean, I'm just going to chat with them in the comment section just to be sure. Uh, yeah, I mean, it could just be, it could be a YouTube thing also. Uh, just sometimes, I mean, technology. Okay, I think you have to use your pitch voice. Sorry, but they can hear you now. So we have to use your pitch voice. The way you do when you're with those kids in school. Oh wait, he said he can't hear you. I thought he was saying he can hear you. But I know the voice you use in school is probably different. Use your teacher's voice. Oh, okay. Use your teacher's voice. Use your teacher's voice. Let's stick with that. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm not sure I did. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but I think the story you shared sincerely brings something important that I was like, okay, do you now think social currency become a thing for? I mean, social currency is now a thing because it looks like that's what you need to have for people to for government to even listen to you. Because, for example, now if government wants to do something to you in code now, they know that oh, if you're this popular blogger or whatever, it would create more circles for them than if they just do it to a regular person that's not popular. So if you seek change, do you? I guess this is maybe now a little bit off topic, so we'll probably talk about it more. But then, what I'm thinking about, like now, because you're seeking a change, do you have to see social currency? Because it now looks like they're like getting so meshed that that's what really gets you what you want. Because it looks like nobody listens. Because, for example, like the case of the lady, she didn't need to make things viral for, in quotes, for her to get transport allowance from work. She doesn't have to. Like it's like a basic thing. If the company in itself were thinking right, they should have transport allowance in a sane environment. Now, but because she has the social currency, they were forced to give it to her. But then guess what? The next person they're going to employ, they're not giving them. So that's, to me, that's still like, it's like cherry picking who you help. Like, oh, like we're not changing anything much because she's only getting that benefit out of social currency, not necessarily like there was actually a change there. I don't know if that makes sense. So it's like, do you now seek social currency because you just want something for yourself? But that's why it's a little bit off topic. But then the way you put that story up, it's like, why do we need that to make a change? Like, you don't have to be very dark man to be able to talk about education, and education should be better or transport should be better or justice should be served. That just blows my mind up sometimes and that's why I don't really follow Nigerian news, sorry, because it's a battle of social currency most times. Yeah, yeah, it's like a battle of who is more popular, who can give the government more drama, and then the government are happy to let you enjoy those drama because it makes you forget the fact that they are overtaxing you. It makes you forget the fact that they are supposed to give you your basic amenities, and you are so happy that very dark man is fighting for you. But it's like, it's like that's not the goal. Like it's a distraction. It's something that's yeah. Oh yeah. There's this popular video that I saw that's very related to what you're talking about, and I feel like we can actually play it. So it was this guy that I'm sure you've seen it, that shows how much he basically spends on transportation, like going to work. And so yeah, I'm going to put it on one of my screen here and actually try to share it. So and I just hope I can. I just want to show only him because there's so many distractions beside, like the whole thing. But one thing it's just related to what you're talking about this old lady. It's like this guy spends almost, I think at the end of the video, the sum of what he was spending in a day, one way trip. Oh. It's not like like it was a one way trip to get to work. He spends like almost maybe close to like 4,000 or 5,000. Now coming back, almost the same amount. How much is he going to get a salary? And he has to come to work. Like that's something. Yeah, that's something. Like when we want to fight for change, it's like don't fight for it selfishly. Because you cannot, for example, talk about making people get rural education and everything, and you're doing it for the photo ops, or like you're doing it. Why it's okay to document stuff? I'm big on that. Document everything you do. It's that you should do it to the people that actually need it. It should be targeted towards people that actually need it. And to everybody listening, sincerely, it doesn't matter how small what you have is, you can give it back. Because I also think that's one thing that deter people. It's like I'm not that rich. I don't have so much money. You can give back in your capacity in like what you know. For example, let's say you're a tech guy, you know so much about tech. You can go and volunteer in one primary school and just be teaching these children how to use computer. Like it doesn't take much from you. Like if you feel like okay, maybe you're busy during the week, organize a Saturday. Trust me, there's a kid around you that doesn't have education. There's a kid around you that's illiterate about something you know. Gather them on Saturdays and literally teach them like, oh, okay, guys, I'm going to teach you how to use ChatGPT today. We are going to do some cartoons and do some things, and you would see how that would one help you as a person because the moment you do those things sincerely, there's no way you will not become a good citizen. There's no way you will not become a good part of your community. So you have to do those things for yourself, sincerely. There's someone, and if you're not in Nigeria, you'll be like, oh, my own excuse is I'm not in Nigeria. There are places like Talent Mine Academy that you can directly invest in. They're already doing those things. There are foundations across Nigeria that are already doing those things. So you can be part of them. You can become a virtual mentor to kids. You don't have to be there, but that you want to sit on your resources, just thinking about you, mine, and me. Trust me, I don't think it's not a good thing to do. It it's even no, this one is a strong word. Don't let me use it before I get cancelled. But but yeah, I sincerely think about it, and sincerely being here, I see how much these guys just love to give back. Like most of the things we enjoy here as Western countries and stuff like that, were donated by people. It's not even government that is doing it. The government here are like sincerely in corruption. They are very close to our government. Yeah, like we just try to rub it up because they have basic amenities. But the thing is, they have people. They built a system of giving back. So, for example, now in Nigeria, we have big names, but how many of them, if you really look at their track record, have actually given back to where they came from? Now we can talk about giving back. A lot of people that give back, corporations in Nigeria sincerely give back just to avoid tax, not because they really want to give back. But I'm saying genuinely giving back. Like, if you, the person that probably stands out the most in that I can mention is probably Tony Elumelu. And I'll still say, yeah, like I feel like what he's doing should be a sample for most people. Now, I'm sure some people might be doing things that we don't know about, which is great. But the ones we know about, we should talk about it. In that this person has an opportunity to help people, empower people, and is like leveraging that. And it's not just the money, but the fact that he's also leveraging his own mentorship, like his knowledge in business, to help these people grow. Because sometimes they can give you money and you can waste it. So the fact that there's the mentorship attached to it really makes changes. Someone I really look up to is not the richest person in Nigeria, but someone I really, really look up to and I love to meet him. Like I don't mind paying to meet this guy. Is Tunde Onokoya. I love that. I love him. I love this guy so much. I love him so much. This guy was on the dying bed, and while on the dying bed, the people he cares about the most are these children around him. Like you could see him living that passion. And sincerely, he's one of Chess in the Slum is like that place. I'm like, oh no, this guy blows my mind. I'm serious. I love him so much. Shout out to Uncle Tunde. That's how I like to call him. Uncle Tunde. If I will send you this video, don't worry, you will see it. You will see this video. Just so that you know that you have a big fan here. Uh, the other thing I've seen that I don't like, people make use it as fun, but I sincerely don't like it. Is I'm sure you'll have seen these random videos of kids that they'll give one English word, and those kids will like be mispronouncing those words. I hate those videos. It is a strong word, but I dislike them. I'm so angry when I see those videos. And one of the plan I started working on is like I started to reach out to every page that posts those videos. Sincerely, I'm like, yeah, this thing should be for fun. Like the fact that these kids are not educated should not be something you're taking joy on. Like it's okay, yeah, it can be funny, but like why you are laughing, what you should be thinking about is how can I help this kid to actually be able to pronounce demure instead of saying demure. Like that should not that should not be something that you want to like start laughing about. And I say this out of someone that English, I was so bad in English. Like even now, I still feel like my English is not that great. Sincerely, a little bit of accent I've added, but still not. Like I still work on my English. So when I see some of those kids, I'm like, if only I had someone that constantly corrected me or tell me what the right things like helped me through it, like cause and you could even say I went to a good school and I still couldn't make English out very well. So for me, when I see those videos, I'm like, oh god, why are we like this should be something that should be triggering you, not making you laugh. Like it should be a trigger point for you that I don't like the way these kids are. And for me, it's actually like just talking about it now. It's like a big trigger point for me. I hate it when I see those videos. I just like. I know YouTube might not like the fact I'm saying it, so let's change that. But yeah, that's something that I feel like we should talk about before we maybe start to round up. But that one, most of the people, at least the one I've reached out to that do that, she actually helped the kids. So I feel like I guess that brings us back to the whole issue of social currency we're talking about. Because so they're using the kids to get content out to show people that okay, there's a problem and hopefully get some people triggered like me that would then say, okay, you know what, how do we actually help those kids? So it's like a two-way road. I don't know if that makes sense. True. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I know them. Movie trailers. Oh yeah. I mean, now they're like they've really gotten a lot of help. They've gotten international recognitions too. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, I saw that video. Yeah. 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 Move far. Okay. So I think your audio is a bit of an issue for people. which and I love your summation that I mean you make good point of making examples or people that actually did the right thing in terms of taking advantage, like using media, rather than making fun of kids to really generate content to get attention. Because yeah, for me too, it's something. It's a trigger point for me. I don't like it when people actually do that. Like, at least recently, I'm like, nah, that's not how you should do it. If you really want help, you can be making jest of kids just because you want help. Like, it doesn't go well with me at all. Like it's actually very annoying most times. Okay, good. I don't know how we can improve your sound though, but uh, it, one thing I would say we should try at least just for the sake of it, because I think we'll round up in a couple minutes, but just to try, can you log out and log back in? Let's just see if that solves. Yeah, let's see if that solves our problem. So guys, just give us a minute. Let's try and fix this sound. I'm sure you guys can hear me, but hopefully we can. Yeah, my sound looks great. Yeah, I don't know why our own sound just looks so bad. Yeah. Oh wow, like I can't even hear anything. Wow, this is really bad though. Okay, can you hear me? Oh, you yet to see me? Really? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm actually going back to some of the videos, your audio was like gone. Yeah, yeah. So, and I can't record on Google Meet because I think you need a premium account to do that. Weirdly, I don't know why, but this is really surprising. Oh, you have a premium account? I can I make you an host? No way, I can't make you an host. Just let me try something. Art source. Can you say something? No, I don't think that's helping. Uh, yeah, cause audio output. Oh no. You know what? Can you say something now? Yeah, I mean I've streamed to YouTube before, and I'm surprised why it's just making this for us today. Because I mean it shouldn't be that difficult. I'm using the speakers, which is that's what it should be. So My input is good, but we're not getting a good output. That's the issue. Yeah. Uh, Art source. No one. We'll try many options and hopefully, if if it works. Uh, yeah, I would appreciate some help here. It's so weird because I've done this so many times. You know when you've done something so many times and you become complacent about it. Yeah, you can try and join the live from your end and see what I'm saying. Technology. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll just send you. It's it's my YouTube page. Come in. I'll send it to you now. Well, we use this few minutes. I mean, I did listen to some part of it. It was just really faint. I don't know why. Mm, my sound sounds okay, and my speaker says they're right. So I don't know why. Did you get it? I sincerely have enjoyed this conversation. Really light up, high opening on many things that I guess I used to worry about. Some of us I don't like social currency technically, but like I feel like yeah. Let me finish. Let me can land. What I mean by that is sincerely I started to see that it's needed for the change. That's it. We can't just the reality that we have now. It's needed for the change. It's that it has become a currency. It's something you can spend from. The same way, if you have a lot of money, you can spend from it. If you have a lot of followers or something like that, you can spend from it too. So it's become a currency that it probably even has more value than money right now, sincerely. Because if a social media influencer gets into an issue with a billionaire, trust me, the billionaire doesn't want to trend. Like he wants to get out of it because the impact on him, it's more than the impact of losing followers. Like for example, now let's say Dangote launches IPO or whatever, and gets into an issue with like a trendy person or a very dark man and all those people. The impact on the IPO will be worse than dark man losing a few followers. So it's becoming more valuable than. That's why you don't. For example, if you look at the West, you don't see all these big corporations trying to get into issues with people because the impact on their own stock market and everything is way more than the few followers you will gain or lose. So they don't even want drama with you. And that's why here you see this whole policy of people returning package almost immediately. Like on Amazon, for example, if you tell them something is bad, they just want to return it. See, don't stress us. Sometimes they will even tell you, like, you know what, keep it, we will refund you. We don't want because the effort. And people actually take advantage of the system because the effort, they've thought about it that the effort, if they get into issue with someone that is like, and if someone posts you, people can sue you to court. They can sue Amazon to court for sending them the wrong thing. Yeah. And they won the case. That's the funniest part. They won the case. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the woman won the case because guess what? Guess what? That case you're talking about has actually become a class action. So right now, like a class action is now when other people now gather to. So it has actually become a class action, and they are now suing them in multiple states. It's not just one state now. I think the incident you mentioned had happened in California. Now multiple states, like people are doing class action against them for being addictive and also taking advantage of children. So that they intentionally like reduce child censorship, so children are exposed to what they shouldn't be exposed to. So like those are like the two big law cases against. It's actually against Meta and also against Google. So like YouTube or Google. So you look at it from that angle, and you're like, oh, social currency has become a thing. Like it's becoming more valuable than money. That you can have so much money, but if you don't have the social currency, you can do your thing and be okay. But then if someone with social currency come against you, you might lose because we also live in an environment where social justice is now a thing. Like they can cancel you. The cancel culture is a thing now. So if you don't have it, it's like you can be so rich and still get cancelled because people don't know you. Because people don't know you, or like, for example, I think one funny, since I mean this is just a conversation. One funny thing that happened is, I'm sure you know this Pella guy that was doing a tour across Nigeria and everything, and I think he had an issue with Oba of Bini and whatever. But because of his, now he's probably not as rich as the Oba of Bini, but because of his social currency, that's why he could even have that access in the first place, and they would even deny him. And guess what? After they all claim that you broke whatever tradition, they still didn't do anything to you because of social currency. Like it's so. That's what I'm saying. Like at this point, it's become more valuable than money because it's also a means to make money. Like still on that tour, because I follow some of the news that happened during that tour, is that he went to the governor's office or Osho State Governor Adeleke's office, and it was rejected at the door. Now, because he has a social currency, a lot of people were with him. Obviously, he called the governor's son and told, yeah, like he was rejected at the governor because he didn't have an appointment with the governor. But then guess what? He called the governor's son. That one called his dad, and in like a couple minutes, they asked him to enter. So tell you like you don't need money. Like money has now started to lose value to a level. that social currency has now become the thing that gets you access now, gets you popularity and whatnot, and now people would do whatever they need to do to chase it. And it might sound funny, but I'm not a big fan of social media. It sounds funny, but like I'm really not. I do it because it's needful. Mm, yeah, yeah. I would probably not. Yeah, I'll probably just want to share things with people that are intimate with me, like people that I really want to talk to. And that's why, for example, no disparity, but I'm more of a big WhatsApp person than like other platforms. Because I feel like WhatsApp, I decide would see what. In Instagram, it just goes everywhere. Like I don't know who's seeing it. But on WhatsApp, I can determine who's my friend. I know they're the one that are going to see my stuff. Like no outsider can say it. It's only if you have my contact, then you say it. So I like WhatsApp because of that. It's very intimate. I like something to be very intimate. So I started YouTube sincerely out of I felt like I was giving people the same information multiple times over all the time, and they needed to consolidate information in a place. That's how YouTube started for me. For example, I can show you. I mean, privately, I have a ton of unpublished videos because that's not why I'm doing it. Like, so most times when people even reach out to me, the video I sent to them is actually unpublished. Like I just have it there. Like it's not a public video. Like I really don't want to. Like I mean that not to say like, hey guys, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. But just so you know that I do it because what do you say? Yeah. Do you have a YouTube channel? Yeah, that's why we have to put it out there. Now that we're talking about social currency, let me go search for it. Guys, follow Praise on YouTube. Uh, if you want to learn about money, if you want to learn about investing, or if you like at any level, she's the go-to person. Trust me, she is the go-to person. Uh, so if you want your money to quadruple in 1 year, talk to her. I'm over promising, Avi. Guys, don't worry. Just believe, believe me. Believe me. Just guys, just believe me sincerely. You know I won't lie to you. Wait, what's your YouTube? I can't find it because there's so many people that is bearing your name. Oh, okay. Searching again. Okay, I've seen it. Seen it. Wait, you did a TEDx recently, 2 years ago. Guys, I didn't even put that in the bio. She's a TEDx. Guys, one thing, one thing I'm super proud of are my friends, and I can say this anywhere, is that my friends are bigger than me, and I'm like, guys, that's what I enjoy the most. Why are you looking at me that way? Have I spoken in TEDx before? Do they know me? Do they know my daddy? Do they know my mom? TEDx talks. I can see it. You and Cosmos Madoka are in the same page. Those are the people that I want to be like. Let me put. Let me see. Why don't be see? Why are you shy? Why, why are you shy? Yeah, I think I found it. Yeah, I found it. Enter. So, guys, please make sure you follow Praise especially if you really, really want to learn about investments, money, savings, at whatever level, please follow her. She's really good. I can vouch for her in my sleep. Uh, so yeah, I think we've had a good discussion. To kind of summarize, I guess, this whole conversation, so that everybody have a take-home point, which I actually think the audio is better now, which is like I don't know why, but it just suddenly looks like it's better. Maybe it was network. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, to summarize this conversation, rural education do matter, and we need to pay attention. We need to pay attention to the people around us, to our immediate environment, and find a way to help people get educated around us. And there are ways you can be part of it. Or you can volunteer to teach what you know. You can financially support. But volunteering, I think, is a big one. You can always give back with what you already have. You don't have to have so much money or anything. You can just always do. And even on your job, let's say you're already teaching, you can do extra, do more on that job. Like, don't just do what is required, the minimum. Like, do more than the minimum all the time. So that's what I would encourage you to do. Also, our please, money is needed. Give money, give back, whatever amount, just do it. It won't. I mean, it would cost you, and I mean that's what God encourages us to do. Don't give what would not cost you. So it will cost you, but do it either ways. Or, I think the other thing I guess I'd like to mention is you are part of the change, and I think that's why we're doing this. It's that we just want to create that awareness. I think, Praise, you mentioned something important that the more we all start talking about it, they would eventually listen to us. So please, if it's you and your friend that want to organize the same conversation, talk about it with your friends too. Bring that thing to their attention. We talk about social currency. Social currency doesn't mean you have Instagram followers. It means that you can influence people. Now, obviously, the currency then means how much of influence do you have. But then there are people around you that you can influence directly. Those people, make them see reason why they should pay attention to those things. Those people that are within your circle of influence, help them understand that this thing, we cannot overlook this thing. So please and please, you are definitely part of the change. You have a social currency. If it's just 10 followers you have, stick with them. If your 10 followers become an adopter of rural education and they adopt the next 10 followers, trust me, we would have a ripple effect that would change what Africa would look like in coming years. Because I think Africa is primed for, it might sound like a conspiracy theory, but I think Africa is primed to take world power. And the reason I say that is we have untapped resources despite how much exploitations we've been going through. We still have so much untapped resources. And we have the population that can work those resources, both home and abroad. We have both the education, we have the manpower. So I think we're so primed for it, but we can't get there without education. We can't. We are just going to be behind. And that's why education becomes the key tool for us to actually create this change. That's where we have to start from. We can't start from another thing. We have to start from changing our mindset, changing how people think, changing how children think, because they're the leaders of tomorrow. So you're part of that change. Leverage your social currency. You have younger ones. Please and please emphasize them getting education. Don't just joke around with it. Uh, Help them to get educated too. I think it's really important that you do that. The other thing I said I was going to do before you praise, I would allow you to also give your own summary of the discussion, is we want to post about Talent Mine Academy. So I'm going to try and look for the link while you give your own summary. I think I should have it somewhere. No. Oh yeah, 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 probably would do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming. Thank you for the opportunity. We might have to do this again, just to tell you to clear your schedule. Or yeah. So yeah, but I mean I enjoyed every bit of this conversation, and thank you everyone that joined. Thank you for all the constant support. I cannot thank you guys enough. Please hit the subscribe button. Like we said, we need it now. To just hit the subscribe button. It costs nothing to hit that subscribe button. Yeah. So thank you so much, Praise, once again. I really, really appreciate you. One of my very good friends. So, oh please, and if you also want to do, I know, just shout out like business shout out. If you want to print, reach out to Praise. Also, she has a printing business that's doing really well. All right. So yeah, she would give it. She just mention Christian or Afterlife Initiative. She'll give you discounts. We have business discounts with her. Use our promo code to get discount. Promo code Afterlife Initiative. All right. Good night, everyone.